Hey guys, it is Vaping Cookie here with a video in the All About series. I'm pretty sure this is the first one. So this video is all about the Aspire tanks. I'm going to show you, I think I must have every single Aspire tank that there possibly is. So I'm going to show you all the ones that I have, and then we're going to take a look at an empty one up close and personal, see how it works, what the coils are like, and then I'm going to come right back and tell you exactly what my thoughts are. Up front, I really enjoyed these tanks, so let's have a peek at all of them and I will be right back. Okay, so first up we have all of the tanks together. You'll see some of them come in different various colors. I'm going to start with the Ego ones just so you can see the bottom. These go on an Ego battery or an Ego twist. They don't really work with a lot of other devices. Here's the other one. So if you're looking to do anything other than an Ego twist, I would suggest the next one, which is the 510 connection. So this is the stainless steel version of that one. I got this one first. I have dropped it so many times that it's actually coming apart, but it still works. This is the Vivi Nova version. It has a higher capacity. I get about 3.5 mils of juice in this one. And then we have the clear one. I get about 2 mils of juice, give or take, because the connection has to go on and the tank is only so tall, the tube inside. So here's a size comparison between the Vivi Nova one and the 510 connection, the clear one. Well, they both have a 510 connection, but the Clearo. So I've already cleaned this one out. I just ran it under warm water, both the coil and the actual tubing. There's a look inside, and if it's going to leak, it's going to leak right here at the top. So you just take off your drip tip and clean it out. You can see the tube inside. There's a look at the bottom. And that pin does have a little bit of play in it, so you can work with that to fit on your devices. Let's have a little peek at the coil itself. Down in there are the wicks. It's kind of hard to see. Right down in there, and that's where the juice goes. You can see the water from where I cleaned mine. There's the little holes where the juice goes into to feed the coils, and then there's the air hole right on the bottom here. See? And my nails look atrocious, wow. There's another look at the pin. Okay, so you just unscrew it, which is hard to do on camera, by the way. And this is the part that's removable and replaceable. At the very bottom, you're going to see, well, there's the coils again. You're going to see a little pin right down here. And this pin right here does come completely out. So we'll just pull that out, and I have to wiggle that around a little bit to make a connection that'll work on my MVP2s for some reason. Now you can see where the actual wire comes out the bottom, and you want to make sure that this is always there or it will not work. So let's put that back in. So if you're having trouble with yours, play with that little pin right there. If you can get it in. There's the holes again. Screw that back on to the base, which again, not fun on camera. And then it's all set and ready to go. You just screw it onto the bottom there. You want to make sure you make a connection with that tube and put it back together. Okay, so now I'm going to unscrew it again, and we're going to fill it. So we have the tubing right in here. You can see where I've washed it. I like to do a dry burn, but just for the sake of showing you guys down in there, you can see the water droplets and everything. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill it. It does say 2.2 mil capacity on there, but again, that tube is not long enough, so it doesn't really get that much when you're pouring it in. You want to aim for the outside, not the center, as you pour the juice in. And then just start tipping it upward, and you don't want to fill it past where the metal ends. Screw this back on, again making sure you make a connection. That's the only tricky part. Screw that down and you're all set. Wow, my office is really noisy. Everybody's on lunch break. So here is a size comparison between the Nautilus tank, which I'm going to cover in a future video. I thought it was so special it deserved its own. And then the clear one that we were working with. This one, the Nautilus tank, has 4 ml capacity. Here is a comparison with a Pro Tank 2, and I get about 3 ml of juice in the Pro Tank 2. It's a lot shorter and wider. And just to show you while they're on a device, I got 3 MVP2s here. The first one has a Pro Tank on it, the second one has the clear one we were working with, and the third one has the Nautilus tank on it. And then there they are, comparison with each other. And here they are all again. The first 2 on the left are the Egos, the rest are all 510 connection, and the last one is that Nautilus tank. Okay, so there you've seen what the Aspire tanks look like, the different varieties, how to fill, all of that good stuff. Overall, I really enjoy these Clearomizers. I really enjoy them. I think that's why I have so very many of them. I do notice the typical Clearomizer problems with them, however, and I just wanted to go over those because I think that can kind of weigh into your decision. I get the leaking at the top of the tank where you have to take out your drip tip, and the tank does come with a drip tip. And then just clean out on the inside. I usually just use a tissue or a Q-tip, depends on what I have on me at the time. I also noticed that the Ego style ones don't always work on every device. They work fine on my iTaste 134, but they don't work at all on my Groove. They don't work on my MVP2s, so I have a little more trouble. So if you're going to purchase one, I really highly suggest using one with the 510 connection. That's just my opinion and what I like to use. The other problem, even the ones with the 510 connector, they don't always work right away on every device. Like if I go to put one of these sometimes on my MVP2s, I have to kind of play with the coil at the bottom, and I probably showed you that in the up close shot. I have to kind of wiggle them down a little bit to get them to, give me an ohm reading for my MVP2s. I do find that every time I add more juice, a couple of these tanks, I have to go in and wiggle that every time, and I end up getting juice on my hands, things like that. These are all common problems that I experience with every Clearomizer, so it's something that I'm kind of used to. I like the capacity of the tanks. I like the size, especially of the Vivinova size one, and I highly recommend them to somebody that's just starting out with vaping. However, if you are okay with spending a little bit more money, I would really go for the Nautilus tank, which is also the same Aspire company, but it does use a different coil. I like this tank so much that I'm going to do its own video, and I think either of these you can't go wrong with. Really, if you are looking for a Clearomizer to start out with, something that's easy to use, easy to fill, easy to maintain, the coils are easy to switch out, I think overall they're very, very good, and I highly recommend them. I have kind of started to phase out all of my Pro Tanks in favor of the Aspires. So that's the size comparison between the two. That's the overview of all the Aspires. I hope that this video was helpful to you, and I really recommend them as far as Clearomizers go. So, as always, I hope you're having a really great vape day. Bye! Ooh. Whoa. It looks like a mugshot. Turn to the left. Turn to the right. No. I don't think that's working at all. Hold on.